说中文。
Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hello there, elementaries. We are Chinese Pod.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
And I'm Ken. And we are revisiting our
Love
a
triangle.
love triangle. Wow. Whose diary are we reading today, Jenny?
Yang Jie,
Yang Jie.
the popular girl.
The popular girl. The popular but slightly vacuous girl.
Very
Is it fair?
bratty, I think.
She's kind of bratty and
Yeah.
vacuous.
Yes.
Fatuous. Is she? No, I think so. I mean, hey, this is, up to you. You make up your own decisions. Now, do you want to preview this in any sense today, Jenny? Or
Well, we should know her character,
Yes.
all the adjectives we were using. And in this diary entry, she gets quite friendly with the nerd.
she gets
Wang
friendly,
Wei.
but she's. Let's just talk about her for a second. She's kind of the pretty one,
Yeah,
right? And she knows it. She gets the attention.
yes.
She's not a great student.
No.
I find that her attitude isn't particularly positive as well. She sees like study as more of a nuisance and stuff, which is, let's say there's a case to be made for it. But I again, with all these young people and all these egos happening, she seems less sincere to me than, let's say, Li Yan, for example. Anything you want to tell us about? We need to know about Wang Wei here in this. Is he being duped or is he?
I think we should just listen to the
Okay.
diary.
All right, we
first.
won't go into too much detail. That's fine. Let's listen to the entry.
马上就要考试了，我死定了，好多东西我都不懂。没想到，王伟说他可以帮我复习，他约我明天去图书馆。呵呵，认识一个书呆子还是挺有用的。他虽然很土，但是人挺好的。
All right, let's do a one-time translation, shall we?
Yes. 哎，马上就要考试了，我死定了。
It's almost time for my exams. I'm half dead.
好多东西我都不懂。
There's so many things I don't understand.
没想到王伟说他可以帮我复习。
I never imagined Wang Wei would offer to help me review this stuff.
他约我明天去图书馆。
He asked me to go to the library tomorrow.
哈，认识一个书呆子还是挺有用的。
Hey, it can be really useful knowing these nerds.
他虽然很土，但是人挺好的。
Well, he's not very cool, but he's a pretty good guy.
Oh, what a twist!
Wow.
Double twist.
Well, I think she does slightly redeem herself in the last
Yeah.
line. The rest
We are
is...
all multi-dimensional, right?
Exactly. A character who's just like one of every kind of, a one-dimensional character is not an interesting character. So who knows where this relationship is going to go and who will turn out to be, what in the end.
She might be the love of his life.
She might be. So let's look at a little bit more of what she says and what this might reveal
How?
about her personality and the situation. So how about the first sentence?
哎，马上就要考试了，我死定了。
Now, the exams are coming very soon. So the exams, the tests are known as the...
考试，考试，
And immediately the expression is...
马上，马上。
Now, there's a really useful expression here as well as 就要,
Yes.
meaning
Something is going to happen very soon.
soon, right? So it means the tests are going to happen any day now. Right?
对的。
That's the way you might say it in English. No, so let's hear that again. The tests are going to happen any day now.
马上就要考试了。
Yeah, so at any moment the test will start. Now, I'm really dead.
我死定了， 我死定了
Now, 死定了 obviously doesn't mean I'm literally dead. It just means it's killing me, I guess. It's probably,
or I'm doomed.
I'm doomed.
Because I don't know anything.
Exactly. Because now the verb to die is
死
and the ding, the fourth sound means
indicates certainty.
certainty, as if you've
一定
almost booked a place there.
Yes.
Like you would use the same thing to book a table in a restaurant. So 死定了 means I'm doomed. My number's up. My days are numbered.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's finding the stress of it all quite challenging. Now, and I think she reveals a lot about herself in this next sentence. She says,
好多东西我都不懂，好多东西我都不懂。
now, 好多东西, so many things
Yes.
that I just don't understand.
Yeah.
How did she express that?
好多东西我都不懂。
我都不懂. Now, 懂 third tone as in to
To
understand.
understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
我都不懂. This sounds to me kind of weak. There's so many things I don't know. This kind of thing.
Oh, she's just being honest.
She's being honest. I mean, everybody knows that. I mean, that is not it's an observation, but it's not an insight. It doesn't, to me, it sounds like a whine or a complaint.
It is.
Almost.
Besides, she's writing her diary. She doesn't
Yeah.
know we'll be peeking at her diary.
It seems to me like, I don't know, she doesn't want to make the effort.
Yes,
or something.
exactly.
She's just like, yeah.
Because she's always had offers from people who want to help her.
Yeah.
Gets
No-
so much for being pretty, right?
Well, I have to be fair to her, but you could put this in a positive way. She could have said something like, I have a lot to learn and I'm going to do it. But she says, so many things I don't know. It's like, I don't know.
And help is on the way, so I don't have to know.
Well, there you go. So let's
Yeah.
hear about this help on the way. What does she say then?
没想到王伟说他可以帮我复习。
Now, here's a great expression. I never thought, I never imagined.
没想到，没想到。
Now, 想到 means to imagine something.
Yeah, or anticipate.
To anticipate. So I never thought, I never would have thought, I never would have imagined. What exactly did Wang Wei say?
王伟说他可以帮我复习。
Now that he could help me to 复习, that's a great expression here. Tell us
对。
about that.
复习 means to revise, review.
Review. Okay. 复习. Tell us about those two characters, would you?
复 the first one means again,
Again.
repeat.
Yes.
And 习 is 学习, study.
If so, okay, so repeat, study, to
Yeah.
review. There you
Yes.
go. Now, why is she so surprised that Wang Wei would ask, would help her? I mean,
They haven't really been on speaking terms, I don't think. So he's never shown any apparent interest in her. And out of the blue offers to help,
even though he is interested in her. Yeah.
but has never expressed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's not saying, I never imagined, in this sense of wonder and this sense of like, she's really happy to see a potential relationship start.
No.
The way she sees
In a
it.
very pragmatic sense.
That's right. And she reveals that in the next sentence. So let's have a look at that.
他约我明天去图书馆。他约我明天去图书馆。
Welcome back to another installment of Chinese Pod Trivia. And the question for you is, for what test does Chinese Pod offer preparation services for? Is it A, the polygraph, B, the colonoscopy, C, the HSK test, or D, the CAT scan?
The CAT scan?
Ooh, sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, the HSK test. That's right, Chinese Pod will thoroughly prepare you to pass this rigorous test of proficiency in Chinese. ChinesePod.com/HSK.
Now, this is a really, well, let's take it from the back first, maybe. The library is
图书馆，图书馆。
图书馆. Really interesting expression here. Could you tell us about it?
图书 means books.
Books.
And 馆 means a building, a
building.
venue.
Okay, so the building where you find all the books. 图书馆.
Yeah.
So this verb 约 is kind of interesting. Tell us something
Yes.
about it.
Well, 约 first tone means to make an appointment.
To make an appointment.
Yes. Even though it's quite often used in a romantic sense
Okay, but
to ask for a date, but it's a neutral word. It all depends on the context.
yeah. So let's look at the pattern here. How was it used here?
他约我明天去图书馆。
So basically, you have, he
A
invited.
约 B.
Okay, a
do
USB.
something.
Okay, that's a good way of putting it. So yeah,
For example, I can say, Ken, 我想约你去吃饭。
okay. So I'll invite you. Yeah, and then I could say 你约我吃饭了. You invited me.
Yeah.
All right. Really useful there. And there's no real equivalent, I think, in English that I can think of in a simple translation. So basically, what she's saying here is that Wang Wei invited her,
To
asked her,
go to the library.
to do what else but study, of course. So I guess she takes that as an offer to help.
Yes.
Wow, and she seems happy about that. But more than happy about that, let's see how she reacts to it.
嘿嘿，认识一个书呆子还是挺有用的。
Now, 认识一个书呆子, 认识 meaning to know, to
yes.
be familiar with.
Yeah.
A bookworm.
书呆子，书呆子。
Now, 书呆子, I guess we don't use the term bookworm so much these
Nerd.
days. A nerd is more like it, but a nerd in the book sense.
Yeah.
I think computer nerd would have a different terminology. So like somebody who studies really hard, who's nerdy.
Yeah.
And then she says it's really useful to know these nerds.
还是挺有用的，挺有用的
Now, 有用 meaning
，useful。
useful. And to describe it in a little more, you say 挺 as in the third tone.
Yes, to describe the degree of usefulness.
Indeed. So it's like it's really useful. So
Yeah.
the expression is
挺有用的，挺有用的。
挺有用的. So there's lots of things you could say that about. It's 挺有用的. That's really useful. Now she says 还是. Why this essentially means or.
Well, 还是 here doesn't mean or, it means at the end.
At the end.
At the end, knowing a nerd is quite
Yeah.
useful.
Yeah, it's almost like actually, or as,
Yeah.
as it happens, or as it
Yes.
turns out.
Yeah.
还是, very useful. So let's hear that full sentence, and including the little kind of snicker at the beginning. Let's hear that.
嘿嘿，认识一个书呆子还是挺有用的。
Yeah, so this is her response to Wang Wei's invitation, right?
Yeah.
She said, wow, it's really handy to know these nerds. Wow.
Well, she doesn't mean. Maybe I'm just being too kind. I
Yeah.
don't think she's that sinister. It's more in a joking.
Okay.
tone,
All
yeah.
right. Well, we'll let the listeners decide for themselves. To me,
of
it sounds
course.
slightly cynical. Maybe I just have an unfair opinion of her. Anyway, she does, as I said, redeem herself slightly with the last sentence.
Yep.
Let's look at that.
他虽然很土，但是人挺好的。他虽然很土，但是人挺好的。
Now, 虽然 meaning although,
Yes.
right? Now, although
他虽然很土，
很土. Now, 土, fourth tone, meaning
uncool,
Uncool.
unsophisticated.
unsophisticated, particularly because it has kind of peasantish kind of overtones,
Yes.
or undertones, or some kind of tones there. So although he's kind of churlish or uncool, right? So let's hear that again.
他虽然很土，
Right? But he's not a bad guy.
但是人挺好的。但是人挺好的。
So 人 as in person, as a human being.
Yes.
He's 挺好的. He's actually not bad at all. So it's hard to know here exactly what this young woman is thinking.
The mind of a college girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something I never understood.
Well, we'll leave that up to two things. I think, first of all, the listener yourself, and we'd be really interested to hear your views on this. But secondly, the emerging picture of the relationships. And
Yes.
because things can get really really complicated. As you know, Lian has a thing for Wang
Yeah,
Wei.
another girl, the good girl.
That's right. Now Wang Wei is kind of interested in this one. She's not interested in Wang Wei, but she's been seeing hanging out in the library with him. So, God
Drama.
knows.
It's
this
like
could-
party of 5.
Indeed.
Party of 3.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll keep going with this story. We hope it's useful. I'm a great believer that stories help you to put new language into context, to
对。
hanging on to some kind of experience and so on. And so we'll keep the story going. It would be interesting to have your input on it
Yes.
and feedback on it. We should listen to it one more
One more
time.
time.
唉，马上就要考试了，我死定了，好多东西我都不懂。没想到，王伟说他可以帮我复习，他约我明天去图书馆。呵呵，认识一个书呆子还是挺有用的。他虽然很土，但是人挺好的。
All right, so go to ChinesePod.com, do what you need to do, explore it, and, that's how you learn, by
Yes.
finding what works for you and spending some time there and making connections and listening, doing the reading, the writing, whatever it takes. All right, we have to go. And we'll be back again tomorrow, though.
Yes.
But what do we have to say right now?
再见。
再见.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number.
0670.
So just go to www.chinesepod.com/, and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/.
0670.